Hey guys!
Alright, as promised, we're back for the second video on this special doubleheader. This video was requested by none other than Mr. Bradley himself. You probably know him from such YouTube channels as Banger TV. So he's a good friend of ours. He sent me a message and he said, guys, check out this band. I think you guys are going to like it. The name of the band is Of Sulfur and the name of the song is Behind the Hand of God. They're a deathcore band from Las Vegas. And apparently, what happens in Las Vegas
Stays in Las Vegas.
well, I'm sure they hope that it doesn't.
No,
I'm sure they hope their music doesn't stay in Las Vegas. I'm sure they hope their music
They want to breach the
goes
walls.
worldwide.
Yeah.
So they're trying to break the mold
But
of
behind
that
the hand
saying.
of God. Behind the hand of God, it's like a pimp slap.
That's what I thought about too. Is God keeping his pimp hand strong?
I think God
is that what this song is all about?
I think that's how God got Lucifer down there. He just pimp slapped.
Slap
You're
them
not
all the
doing
way
my
to
work.
hell.
You're not doing my work properly.
All the way to hell.
All the way to hell.
Wow, that was.
Maybe that's what he does. Every time someone goes up and they have to go down to hell, he personally
slaps them.
pimp slaps them down to hell.
All right, all right.
That would be badass. Imagine being in the line and just seeing God just come out of nowhere.
Bitch slapping people.
Left, right, and center just.
I'm just going to say this. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but the visual is absolutely incredible. The visual is incredible.
It's definitely a Family Guy
episode.
moment.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, that was a dark twist that I was not expecting. Let's face the facts. he's no Michael Jordan. That's no hang time over there. Well, there was hang time.
That was hang time.
But not the right hang time that I was referring to. I don't know what's happening with me, but I'm starting to, like, deathcore is like the coronavirus. It's
contagious.
It's contagious and it's fucking spreading. I don't know, man.
Well, not for me, because there's only certain types. I think there's only certain types. You like...
Well, when I like it, I love it.
Yeah, but
let's put it this way.
You like a lot more than me.
Coronavirus. Deathcore, for me, has become super polarized. Okay? There's no band that I listen to that I'm kind of like in the middle. Like,
it's either you like it or you hate it.
Yeah. Either I absolutely love it and then I cannot get enough of it, or I absolutely hate it and I despise it. The last 2 vinyls that I bought, they were both deathcore bands. Die Art is Murder and Fit for an Autopsy. It tells you something. So for me, it's like either I absolutely love it or I absolutely hate it. This one, I love it. Now, can I go first? I have so many things to break down, and I want to get your input on this. First, did you realize Ben Bigelow was on guitar?
I did notice.
Wow! That's what he's doing now! I had no clue!
I know.
Fuck, Ben riffing!
I thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead too!
He's resurrected.
Well, I guess he got slapped with behind the left hand of God, isn't it? Behind the hand of God?
Well,
and he woke up.
I feel like if God slaps you like this, you go into heaven like this, and then if he karate chops you right on the top of the head, you go back down.
Oh. What about if he asks you to show me paint the fence? You don't think he does that?
No.
Alright. So, anyways, I was like, fuck, Ben Bigelow! The dude is back! So he returned! With vengeance! With riffs! He's riffing now! Fuck, he went from body slamming and doing, I don't know, like tombstone pile drivers and...
He went from body slamming and takedowns to breakdowns.
That could be a Kanye West song. What? You know? From takedowns to breakdowns. It sounds like a Kanye West song. Anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out to Ben Bigelow. Because that had to be addressed. Now, the lead singer of the band, he's the kind of guy that when you ask him, is today arm day or leg day? His answer is yes.
Yeah.
I think when he walks into a room, he doesn't walk into a room. I think he has to move sideways into a room.
Definitely.
Because I don't think there's any door wide enough for him to walk through.
Unless the door is not on the hinges.
Oh, unless it's one of those sliding doors.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's a sliding door. I mean, the dude is massive.
He's not someone you would like to piss off.
Each arm has a different area code. That's how big the dude is.
They have their own orbits.
It's incredible. It's incredible. The dude is massive. Anyways. So
fuck, he's another character to add into a metal fighting game.
Dude.
Him, Thomas, like...
And Alex Terrible.
Exactly.
These guys should all get together for, I don't know, something.
The slapping contests in Russia.
Something. They should do something. So, now that we got this all out of the way, let's go into the song. Is there anything else from a visual perspective that you want to add? Or Ben Bigelow? And, I think we covered everything? Yeah. All right. So, now let's get into the song. Let me say this. The vocals... before I go into the vocals, I love the drums on this track. Absolutely love the drums on this track.
Bullets.
All right? And the thing that I love about the drums on this track goes into the vocals and what I like about the vocal. The way he's hitting the vocals as the drums are hitting, dude, that was incredible. You could go with your finger like this, and every time you would do this, you would hear the drums and you hear him hitting the vocals at the same time. Like synchronized to the dot.
Yeah.
It was incredible, like, that he was able to deliver at the same beat as the drums are hitting. I was floored. I was like, oh, this is incredible. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
Like clockwork. I was paying attention to it. He didn't miss one. Like, it was like clockwork.
He didn't even lose me when he did the pig squeal. Like,
oh, it fit the song though. This song called for whatever.
It didn't even faze me. Because it didn't take that long. It was like 1 or 2.
But it kind of came across as almost a signal of like absolute demonic
tarnation.
I was gonna say aggression, but demonic possession. So I felt that while I'm not a huge fan of it, but in this track, the duration that it had and where it was, I think was perfect.
Yeah.
Then. By the way, his harsh vocals. Before we go in further, because I think the elephant in the room is the clean vocals.
Yeah,
but
the harsh vocals, amazing, perfect aggression and deepness to them.
It's the way it starts. I felt like I had to move backwards. Oh, and then he holds that like you know. I think I could go through the drive-through at McDonald's, get my combo, and get out, and the guy's still holding that fucking note.
Yeah.
He's still in the parking lot. Oh, you know, like as I'm going, it's incredible. That opening is incredible.
But I think the elephant in the room
Is the clean vocals.
is the clean vocals. I don't know what to say though.
Were you expecting though?
No.
Not in a million years. I thought there were.
Like I was enjoying the song, but I'm like, is this enough to get me, like, onto my deathcore list?
Okay, so go ahead.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is this enough right now? Is this enough to get on my deathcore list? Because that's a very VIP list. Okay, only a few bands can be on that list.
I think not one hand. 1.5 hands. The deathcore, like I said, either I love them and I can get enough of it, or I can't stand it.
It's a VIP list, and I was wondering to myself, okay, am I gonna add these guys to the list? And then the clean vocals came. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay.
They're in.
They're in. Yeah.
They're in. Yeah.
Let them through. Because
I agree with you.
All you needed was that. I think clean vocals and deathcore are something that need to happen a lot more.
To me, I'm starting to think that there's 2 elements that allow me to really gravitate towards a deathcore band and stay with it. One is if they have symphonic elements.
Yeah.
And becomes more almost like a symphonic deathcore. Bands like Lorna Shore, you know, Fit for an Autopsy does it really well, and they don't do it over the top.
They
kind of
only do that. They do the other thing, which is adding clean vocals into their deathcore.
Exactly, and
it's something new.
That's one of the reasons why I really like the latest Carnifex album, because I thought they had a little bit more of symphonic elements in it, and I really enjoyed that. So to me, the clean vocals and the symphonic elements are the 2 things that I think, in order for me to really appreciate what the song has to give, I need it. Because otherwise, it starts to feel cookie cutter, and everybody sounds kind of the same. The breakdowns always come at the same spot. Everything kind of sounds the same, feels the same. And to me, that becomes a little bit repetitive, and it takes a little bit of the sting out.
You need something that's not normally deathcore to get me into deathcore.
And putting in places where you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Because if you're expecting a breakdown, and the breakdown comes, not that I don't enjoy it, but it kind of takes a little bit of the power away, because it's like, I kind of saw that coming a mile away. Like, you telegraphed that to me almost from the beginning of the track. These clean vocals were not telegraphed at all. Like, I was not expecting them at all. And the fact that there was not a lot of it, and it came in the right time, at the right spot, and they were actually really good, by the way. Like, it's not like it was just clean vocals, like for the sake of the clean.
No,
they had melody. Do you know what I mean? Like, almost like architects style melody, like tone to it. And I really like that, because it almost brings a little bit of emotion into the delivery. You start to feel like they're not just there for the sake of being there and fitting into this style, into this puzzle. They're there because they're really going to add something to the way the song comes across, how you feel it and how you process it. And they almost become a reset button. Because when the clean vocals hit, you almost forget how heavy the track was, because you're so taken back by it that you're like, wow, this is really cool. And then you're listening to it. And then when the heaviness comes again, you know, and he goes into the track, you're like, holy shit, this now sounds even heavier than it did before. So the song then starts to have these ups and downs vocally that really keep you connected. Because musically, this track is like absolutely demolishing. I love the heaviness, that the drums. I love the guitar playing on the track, don't get me wrong, I love the guitars, but the drums on this song, and I love the connection with the vocals and the drums. Like I said, I was doing this, and it's like, fuck, man, that guy's fucking hitting everything. Didn't miss one. It was like, that's not easy with those vocals, to build the lyrics, to build the vocal track in order to fit. Like, so you have to, like, it's almost like you're rapping. You know what I mean? Like, you're hitting...
You have to be on beat.
You have to be on the beat. You know, it's not easy to do that. You know, I was really impressed. I mean, this came highly recommended. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting something bad.
No, like, when Bradley sent me a message, like, dudes, you guys gotta... Could you guys, like, check out this video on your channel? You know, it would be really cool for the band and stuff. Coming from him, he's not like... He's never sent me a dud. You know what I mean? I highly trust his taste in music, even though sometimes he goes a little bit off the deep end as far as like what I listen to. Like, he's a little bit more adventurous, if you will. But I trust the guy has an incredible, impeccable ear for music and sound. I think the last time you saw him, when was the last time you saw him? Was it a show? Was it a Sabaton? He was working merch or something?
I think so.
Was that a show that we were waiting outside? I think it was Sabaton. I think it was Sabaton. He was there, working merch or something. I think that was the last time you saw him at a show. I know it was at the Danforth Music Hall.
So that's Sabaton.
So I think you saw him at Sabaton. We were talking to him a little bit before the show, after we did the interviews and stuff. So I think it was at that show. I think I saw him at Machine Head, which was one of the last shows before the whole pandemic. I think he was working merch as well at that show. And we saw him at Ginger.
Yeah.
You remember that? He was working the VIP thing. He was giving
Ginger
out...
was the last show, though.
Was that the last show?
I think that was around the last show I
Maybe
went
that
to.
was after Sabaton.
Yeah, that was after Sabaton, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not the last show. The last show
was...
No, then we went to Amon Amarth.
Amon Amarth, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Amon Amarth. Actually, the last show...
I don't even think Amon Amarth was the last show.
No, In Flames.
It's so hard.
In Flames, I
Flames
think...
was the last show.
2019.
It's
wow,
so
your
hard.
last show is... No, actually, we went to see Cabal in 2020 at the Rock Pile. Anyways, we're digressing. I miss seeing Bradley. Dude, I miss seeing you in person at shows talking music. Much love to you. Thank you for the recommendation. This hit the spot.
Class.
This hit the spot. This was great. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Bradley, for the recommendation. See you guys at the next video. Take care, guys.
See ya.